Hey! Happy Wednesday! I think.
Starting, you're away.
Hello. We're live. Let's wait for chat to actually see we're live.
Are we live?
Apparently,
Woo!
yeah.
Check your pulse, Rhydian, but use the one in your hand or your neck, not the one you normally do.
Aye. Oh, you confused him now, the poor little mite.
Really?
I'm only young, me. I'm only young.
You're only young.
Here's an old. Was married before he was born.
Oh, Christ.
What's wrong about that?
I think this t-shirt I'm wearing is older than him.
Probably.
Aye.
Depends on which side of 85 it was bought in.
Honestly, I couldn't remember.
And it's probably older than I am.
In other words, I've got a daughter older than he is.
B's got a son older than the same age as me.
Okay, my daughter's a bit younger than you, but not much.
Live on the live page.
Righto. Hello, chat. Cheesy grins. Cheesy grins.
Check for volume.
Depends on which side of 85 it was bought in.
It's Nick, haven't I? Wasn't it? Couldn't it? Yes, that was Rhydian then.
Aye.
Wasn't it, boyo? Wasn't it?
Oh, right. Yeah, they can definitely hear us because they're commenting about Rhydian's age.
Is it Rob?
No, no. Mike reckons that Dave Dawn's undies are older than you.
Dave Dawn doesn't wear undies.
Dave Dawn goes commando.
Yes.
They just get in the way, don't they?
Well, yes, quite.
I was hoping my raffle winnings would arrive today so I could say I'm holding Gary's package.
That's you.
Oh well.
I think I'm about to hear from Sav that I've been a bad influence on you.
You want to hear me at work?
Oh dear.
So happy birthday then, B.
Happy birthday, B.
Oh,
Happy birthday to you.
Oh God, no!
Happy birthday to you.
I'm not going to sing it because that'd be worse than what you just heard.
Pembroke happy sound. VG Auto Tune too.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you two, you're getting me in trouble with Sav here, I'm here to tell you.
Yeah, I've just read the production chat.
Yes, she definitely would do that.
Oh, Pete's wondering if it's B's birthday. Yes, yes, Pete, it is B's birthday. I think it's an anniversary of her birthday as well today.
Well, yes.
It's her unofficial birthday.
Oh, right, it's an official, but yeah, okay.
She is Lady B. She does have 2 birthdays.
Oh, I see.
A real one and one to get freebies on.
I say nothing. Only because I get hunted down.
Yes, you can run, but you cannot hide.
I don't know if I can even run anymore.
There you go. It's on.
Hey, go on and give us a cloud. Hang on, I'll put you up on the screen of fullness. Go on, cloud it.
Oops.
How many wattage?
30.
How high can yours go? How high can it go?
It's the 0.5 coil.
No. How high can your mod go?
50.
Right, 50 it is. Then go on.
Oh, that'll take it. No bother at all, that'll take it.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, come on.
No, I spat as well.
You spat as well.
No, I didn't.
There is a word that's just sprung to mind.
Yeah, same here, but I'm not going to say it.
When
Ting at the tar. Sorry, I pissed off the one and only Sav. I don't know whether she's got an evil laugh smiley in the production chat, or I'm gonna come get you and hunt you down.
A word of advice there, Rhydian. Hide.
that smiley Rhydian means dead man walking.
Get your affairs in order.
Time to see a solicitor and decide what you want for your last meal.
I'll amend my will.
Oh, 4 minutes or thereabouts.
Actually closer to 3.
Oh, okay. I have no second counter.
I have.
Aye. I should get one of them.
But, well, yes.
And then I can look up at it and blind myself with that bloody great light that's in front of me.
It's 2.5 minutes now.
Right up. Oh, God, I've got dots in front of my eyes now. I shouldn't have done that.
I'm going to send you away 10 seconds early.
Right up.
Just to be on the safe side, because I'm determined to hit it bang on 9 o'clock today.
Oh, we haven't done a timing count yet, have we?
That's alright, I've been checking it out.
Ah, right, okay.
I have my own quiet little count. Somebody called me that the other day.
Did they called you a quiet count?
Quiet little count when my voice had gone.
You're not from Kent, are you?
They were the posh nasty boys live. Hoping it's going now.
Poor Bee's going to get fed up with saying thank you and all that.
No, she won't.
Probably not.
It'll just be Control V, Control V, Control V.
Yeah.
1 minute and 20 seconds.
Right. Let's arrange the beard.
It's pointless for me doing
No,
that.
you can't do that.
No.
Maybe a little bow would be in order. Or maybe not.
It's not long enough for pigtails either.
No. I have had it that
That's-
long, but it gets a bit silly.
So,
Aye.
30 seconds.
Righto, I shall poise myself. Yeah, numbers. What the hell are they again? I've forgotten. Right, 0, then 9, and then 7.
House. Don't have your markers till the board's been checked. 10 seconds. 9. No, that was me getting it. No, I was right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, hello and welcome to Wednesday nights, as we often are sitting here on a Wednesday night, but not all the time, but often are. It is myself, And young Rhydian behind me there, waving. Right. So tonight then, what are we talking about? We're talking about a paper released in a medical journal or public health journal.
This thing.
That one there, and the Ash Wells survey.
That thing.
And that thing there, yeah, that's it. And then if we got time, I've got a little review. So, all of that to come after the titles.
Joytech UK are proud sponsors of VapeTrails.tv.
And we're back. So, yeah, for at least the first half of the show, it's pretty much in Rhydian's court here. So, Rhydian's been doing all the research. So, over to you, young sir. Go.
Right. Actually, I've got two things, as we mentioned before, the journal article and the Ash Wales report, and it's very good news.
We like good news.
We like good news, don't we?
Yeah.
Basically, this journal paper, which came to my attention after a tweet from Vapors in Power, they're good people.
They are.
This is an article similar to the vein of the Good Doctor's research on e-cigarette vapor on heart cells, but this instead did it on lung cells, because vapor goes into the lungs.
Yes.
First. What they did is that they took PGVG, normal cigarette smoke, and two juices of nicotine-free and 24 mg per mil, 2.4% as it's known now. And basically they put these on two different samples of cells that were donated to them. From the Twitter conversation that myself, the Good Doctor, the main writer of the paper, Stephanie Scheffler, because I thought they got their samples from pretty much patients that suffered from cancer. And I thought, wouldn't it be better to take like a sample from a healthy person? But turns out I was wrong. I'm often wrong. Sav can tell me. Yeah, so that's by the by. And they used a smoking robot. Please forgive me because I'm referring to the stuff in front of me because I don't want to make it up whatsoever, because I don't like making things up.
I should explain as well, we did have screen sharing set up, and then last minute we found out I was using too much CPU resource, so unfortunately we can't show you that on a video.
Yeah, and that would make life a little bit easier for me. Alright, what they did for the for using the juice with the e-cig, they used what most of us would term a start entry level device, which was 900 mAh battery with a 2.2 ohm coil. And the smoking robot was taking 200 puffs, and each puff was a volume of 35 mils, so that's 35 mils of air.
Okay.
And each puff was 2 seconds. And then there's, I'm not going to call it guff, but there's a lot of padding out, including they used clean room air as a control as well, which I personally think is a very good thing, because it'll compare tobacco cigarette smoke to e-cig vapor, which is always a good comparison.
Okay.
Right, with the results, they were looking at two types of indicators from the cells, because after a cell has been exposed to anything, it reacts in many different ways. What they looked at was oxidative stress, which is when a cell is trying to sort itself out with what it's exposed to.
Okay.
And that's a very poor explanation. I'm not a biologist. I'm a chemist. Some of this stuff is, uni level to me, but close enough. So they compared the e-cig vapor, tobacco, smoke to PG on its own and VG on its own. And basically, the overall results were the tobacco smoke had higher oxidative stress on the cells compared to everything else, which we kind of knew because of the good doctor's research. And then they also confirmed that exposure to PG, glycerol, and e-cig vapor would promote the response. Nothing new there, is there?
No. Nope.
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 Right, there was a bit that got me, because they used puff equivalents, which I know Dave really hates.
Yeah. Yep. And I know why. Yeah. I generally agree.
Okay. Right, the line I picked out is like, this e-cigarette used in our studies can be filled with 1.5 ml of e-liquid.
I think we just lost Rhydian. Oh, best laid plans of mice and men. He's been on Skype for about an hour, and now it drops. Okay, righto. What should we do? Shall we jump in with the review of the Typhoon, shall we? We'll get that out of the way, and when I see what number it is, it's that one there. Okay, let's jump into the review of the Typhoon. It's about 15 minutes long, so we'll see after this. Well, hello. So, here we go. Yet another visit with the Council of Vapour, and this is the Typhoon tank. And here it is in its box, and you can see there it states on it is the Council of Vapour. And when we get some focus, sort of, and we get some nice Council of Vapour logoage on the back there, and yeah, plastic case there. Put that to one side. Okay, so in the box we get the atomizer itself, and this is a 22mm tank atomizer. And if we remove the packaging from its plastic prison, we will see some extras. We will get in here a spare coil, like so. Okay, and we'll also get, sorry, just fell, a little baggie of O-rings and a spare glass tank. Okay, and underneath here we've got some extra gubbins. We've got a little token inviting us to like their Facebook page. There we go, and Corehead, Atty and Kindred. Kindred being the mod they produced. There's a quick start guide here. Little bits and bobs on how to ensure things are. It's quite nicely illustrated. With photographic pictorials and instructions and things. So that's quite nice if you're new to the game. And we have a little warning here. Please fill the focus. Let's put my finger there. There we go. Please fill the tank. You utter git. I'm going to turn the. Oh, right, there we go. Oh, I'll tell you what, autofocus, I've had enough of you. Right. Please fill the tank and place for 5 minutes before you're first using this 0.5 coil head to prevent the dry burn. Okay, good advice. Not really well written, but there we are. Let's just move that to one side, because what we're interested in basically is this tank. So it comes with this rather attractive glass strip tip, which is your standard 510 glass strip tip, and other tips seem to fit in here quite nicely. There we go, so no issues there. Okay, so at the bottom there we've got some nice Council of Vapor engravings with, I believe that to be a serial number, which is 1404A. It is not an adjustable 510 positive pin on here, but there is a little bit of give, not much, but a little bit. And we have here an airflow control. So what we've got here, we've got 2 slots. So we've got one there, and we go around the other side, and we've got another one there. What the actual measurements on these are, I couldn't really say. They're probably around about 3.5 mil across, maybe, yeah, 3 mil, maybe 3.5 mil across. So you've got a bit of fine grain control there on your airflows. You can have it fully open, or you can close it off a little bit, and of course the same is mirrored on the opposite side. So as we've already touched on, this is a glass tank, and a spare is provided in the box, which is nice. This way, Matt. Right. So nothing really fancy in here. It's your standard sort of coil setup, deck setup. It does use its own brand of coils. It doesn't use like an Aspire Atlantis coil or anything like that. But it also states on here as well the ohmage in which to use this. So you can see there 20 to 30 watts. Sorry, it says the wattage in which to use it. The ohmage is there, and if you can make out, but that actually says 0.5 ohms. Now, the coil assembly in this is it's a vertical coil, and you actually see there, let's get myself some sort of pointy thing to illustrate. No, that way. You can see the coil actually in there, and surrounded by what would appear to be some sort of cotton. Whether it's a cotton or it's a ceramic sort of fibre like in the original Atlantis coils, I don't really know. I've not actually taken this apart, but I do believe it to be cotton. And we can hang on. Let's take the coil off. Okay. Once again, this is not compatible with any other brand of coil, unfortunately. So yeah, we can see there are 4 wicking holes, and you can also see there appears to be some sort of stainless steel mesh covering each hole as well. Whether that's actually affecting the performance of the wicking, I don't really know. I know stainless steel mesh does actually wick quite well. You know, having been using Genesis for the past few years, you know, it's no problem with that. But yeah, it's a fairly large coil. I've not attempted to rebuild one of these yet, I must be honest. I can't see it being that tricky to do. Maybe, maybe not. But one would assume that you would wrap the coil and wrap the cotton around it and then pop it in. I'll have a look at that at some point, but yeah, that's not really my goal right now. Something just fell. Everything always falls in this place. Right. So let's pop that back in again. Right, just for completion's sake, I'll show you how to remove the glass tank. It's really not rocket science. You just simply unscrew here. There we go. So we get the chimney section there, and the glass tank just simply pops off, and it's got a silica grommet around there, and a fairly hefty metal top. It is a stainless steel construction. I can't really give full details on what grade of stainless steel, but it is fully stainless steel. There's no plated brass or anything in here. And you can see a nice Typhoon logo on there, which appears to be sort of laser etched on. It's not very deep etching, but yeah, it's attractive. And I've got to be honest, I do think this is a very good looking tank. I don't really want to do it because I need to fill her up, don't I? Now, one issue I do have with this, let me just adjust the focus. One issue I do have is with the filling. It's a little bit fiddly unless you've got a syringe bottle. I don't tend to use syringes to fill my tanks. I use these sort of bottle because I mix up things in bulk. I mean, it's not really a problem, but there we are. The capacity on this is probably around about 3.5 to 4 mil. Also, it's not a massive capacity, but you know, it's certainly more than adequate. So let's just fill her up there. That will do me nicely, and as per the instructions, we need to prime the wick as well. To be honest, I generally do this on all my my Tankatties now. So just stick a couple of drops, one more for luck in there. Just let that soak in, and of course we just screw this back on top. So yeah, nice and easy to set up. Okay, and we'll fix the drip tip. And so the drip tip on this is actually quite a stiff one to get on there, but yeah, just give it a little bit of a twist as you pop it on there. It's not really a problem. And we'll attach it to our device. And I'll tell you what, I think this looks quite stunning. Actually, I'll tell you what, it looks really good on. Unfortunately, this won't fire it at this with a 0.5 ohm coil, but one moment. I think that looks quite stunning on a semi-bar. I really do. That looks really nice. Anyway, that's enough mucking about. I'll just screw that onto my my vapor flask here, and you know, it does screw down quite nice and flush. The threading and the manufacturing in this is there's nothing to complain about at all. It's a very solid feeling atomizer. So yeah, no issues there. And let's just adjust the airflow control. The airflow control, actually, whilst I'm in the close-up, it's very easy to move, but because it is all flush down the side, it's not easy to move by accident. So yeah, it doesn't click into place or anything like that, but it does give you nice fine-grained control. I've had no issues with that at all. It's not moved out of alignment. Anyway, so enough of the close-yappy time. We'll cut to me vaping it, shall we? So here we've got the Stratos. Sorry, my apologies. It's the other counts of the vapor tank. The Typhoon in action, and it does perform pretty well. I've got to be honest. It's not quite up there with the Atlantis and the sub tanks of this world, but I'll tell you what, it's not bad. You know, it's respectable vapor, very good flavour. I've got to be honest. It's not let me down on that front. And no dry hits, which is more than can be said for its predecessor. So yeah, very happy with that. So what more can I say about it, really? I really love the look of this thing. It's a nice clean design. There's no O-rings showing. There's no fancy waviness in the lines. It's literally a straight solid with nice bezel on top there. And the supply drip tip is very good. You know, the airflow could be a bit more open if I was to level a criticism at it. But yeah, it's a good tank. I mean, it does allow me to do a lung inhale. Just not quite as well as it does. I can do a lung inhale with the sub tanks and the Atlantis, but equally I can close it off. I can do a mouth to lung there, and that's closed around about open about a quarter of the airflow there. I don't know if you can really make it out, but yeah, I've closed it off. You know, a fair old amount. Let's close off some more. I mean, I can just about see the air hole now, and that's a tight drawer. So if you like a tight drawer, it will accommodate you. You know, and if you like a nice open drawer, again, it will accommodate you on that. It's not as open as some other tanks as I was previously mentioned, but you know, it's pretty respectable. I've currently got this set at 25 watts. Now the coil head does state 20 to 30 watts, so let's take it up to 30. Here we go. Again, pretty decent. Now, seeing as it's on the DNA 40, I can only go up to 40 watts, but let's take it to 40 watts, shall we? Let's just see what it's like. Not bad. I would also like to take the opportunity to point out this is a home mix juice, and it is an 80% VG juice, and it's keeping up the wicking, no problems at all. Yeah, the one thing I would actually point out on this is, I'm just taking it back down to 25 because that's why I prefer this, is I do find it's a very thirsty atomizer. A full tank is, and you can't fill it fully because of the way you have to fill it. It's much like the Atlantis and you know and the Kanga. Oh, what are they called? Not the sub tanks, the aero tanks. You couldn't fill those right up to maximum capacity. You know, maybe as I have speculated before, that I think the reason I do that is because you know that will leave the optimum amount of pressure build up in there, because these do work on a pressure system. So there's not really much else I can tell you. You know, it comes with everything you need to get started. It's you know, it's a decent atomizer. It will cater for, I think, a wider range of audiences than the current leaders of the sub-ohm tank pack. In the fact that you can you know, close the airflow off a bit, and you can get coils as well that go up to about 1.2 ohms, I believe, on this. So if you're not really into the high power vaping, you can tailor this to, you know, to just vape like a normal atomizer tank. You know, so that's good. One final thing, actually, the price. I paid £30 for this. I did buy it in a brick and mortar shop, however. So you might be able to get cheaper online. Honestly, I've not looked. Well, I tell a lie, I've had a quick look and I can't really see many places actually selling it at the moment. I've only found one in the UK, and this is where I bought it from. But yeah, if you're looking for a new tank to play with, I mean, this does come quite recommended, I've got to be honest. So, a thumbs up from me. Cheers. Let's have one more vape. Cheers.
Joytech UK are proud sponsors of VapeTrails.tv.
Healthy Vape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquids. Proud sponsors of vaping entertainment on Vapor Trails TV. for radio.
Joytech UK are proud sponsors of vapetrails.tv.
And we're back, and look who's joined us again. Say hello back to Rhydian. Right, we'll have a chat about the Typhoon a bit later on in the show, but Rhydian really wants to crack on. So, can you kind of remember where you were?
Yes, just about.
Okay.
Yeah, puff volumes and puff counts. Right, going back, I'm going to take it back a little bit further to the main results of comparing each of the vapors and smoke action on the cell.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if I'm reading and understanding this right, actually, no, I can't understand it. Sorry, oh. Yeah, orange highlighter, very bad. Yeah, puffs. So they were using a clearomizer of 1.5 mil, and they said that was the equivalent of 400 puffs.
Right.
But bear in mind, we don't like puff equivalents,
No, we do not.
and we don't like smoking machines because they don't act like us.
No.
And that is exactly what Stephanie Scheffler and her team have written down. They've actually put that in writing, saying, oh, what we're doing isn't exactly how the real world works.
Okay.
Which I think is really good for them to admit.
Okay, yeah, fair point.
So with the 1.5 mil being 400 puffs, daily consumption of 4.5 mil is what they used as a vaping benchmark, which would be enough for 1,200 puffs. But comparing this to a heavy smoker who could go through 30 cigarettes a day and probably
And the rest.
yeah, and the rest. And they also guess that a smoker would take 10 puffs to finish a cigarette.
Okay.
Well, that's by the by. But they've also mentioned that different devices, different types of e-cigs and generations, so that means they're clued up as well, produces different volumes of vapor and different byproducts which could have different effects on the oxidative stress levels. They finished off by saying, our results show that the experimental setting is suitable for reproducible and reliable data for e-cigarette vapor. Now, if the TBD comes in, you know I'm the biggest fan of the TBD.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Working for industry. So if a test like this could help the industry meet the toxicological data required for the TPD, it's a good thing, but they've also said that more stuff needs to be done, and we agree with that, don't we?
Yes, we do. So yeah, go on, carry on.
So yet again, we have another study showing that e-cigs are better on a cellular level than combustible tobacco.
Okay. Right.
So that good news.
Yes.
More stuff proving what we know.
Yeah. Now, I don't know much about the journal this is featured in. I mean, is it a fairly reputable one, or?
International Journal of Environmental... Where's the front page? International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health.
Okay.
So it's going to be, hopefully, pro e-cig public health people will see this and go, "Oi, you anti-e-cig idiots, here's another piece to our armoury."
Yes. And that can only be a good thing, really.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there were some comments in chat earlier.
Not about how shit my sorry.
Language.
Not about how rubbish my internet connection is.
Well, yeah, there were comments about putting 50p in the meter, that sort of thing. But Leanna Lawless mentions on the puff count thing. A vape lasted her an hour, and she took more than 10 puffs of a Super King.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's true. It's like I could finish a Super King in 5 when I was at my peak smoking fitness.
Yes. I'm not entirely sure where I get 30 from. I used to smoke a lot more than 30 a day.
Yeah, maybe it's from the other research papers that are out there. It's like or they've actually contacted smokers, had a chat, and worked out that heavy smokers go through 1.5 packs of 20.
Yeah, I suppose it's an average, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's not, there's some people bringing the average down, there's some people taking it up. So, statistics for you. Right, shall we pop to the next ad break, and then shall we have a chat about the Ash Wales youth and e-cigarettes?
Yes.
We'll do that, shall we? Okay,
yes.
So we shall see you in how long? 4.25 minutes.
Joytech UK are proud sponsors of vapetrails.tv.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Award-winning service and products from cloud9vaping.co.uk.
Vapors, Dripper just got 40% bigger. So if you love discovering new e-liquids, tell Dripper what flavours you like and we'll send you 70ml of juice and at least 5 flavours. With a money-back guarantee and free delivery anywhere in Europe, dripper.co.uk.
What's in this e-cig cloud? Harmless water vapour, right? Pretty much, yes. Compared to a lit cigarette, it's much safer than smoke. But it contains nicotine, and nicotine on its own isn't toxic and doesn't cause cancer. If you're worried about switching to vapour, here are some facts. No tar, no smoke, no burnt tobacco. Cooking your evening meal produces more toxins than are found in exhaled vapour. Tobacco smoke contains toxins at very high levels, and vapour does not. And that vapour contains 6,000 times less carcinogens than cigarette smoke. Electronic cigarette vapour. There's nothing to be frightened of. The only dangerous electronic cigarette is a banned one.
Joytech UK are proud sponsors of vapetrails.tv.
And we're back. Now, whilst on the outbreak there, Rhydian and I were chatting, because you can see chat scrolling around the screen there. And I was just telling Rhydian that when I used to smoke tobacco, what I used to do, I used to go downstairs about 2 a.m. and if the weather was good, I'd sit in the patio with my laptop and do some work and things. And what I would do, I would come downstairs, I would put the kettle on. While the kettle was boiling, I would roll up around about 10, 15, maybe 20 rollies. Then I'd stick them in my pocket. I would go and sit in the patio on the chair with my laptop, a cup of tea, and I would smoke each and every one of those, just chain them. So, and in chat there, they're saying about rollies going out. I never experienced that, but that used to be my cycle. I used to just chain smoke. It sounds weird saying that now. I almost said chain vape. But I used to chain smoke all of those roll-ups, and then my tea would be depleted at that point in time. So I go back in, put the kettle on, and just repeat the cycle until about 7 a.m. Then I go to work. So, yeah. Ever been a rollie smoker, Rhydian?
No. I attempted rolling my own, right, and I was rubbish. And I don't have the best patience in the world anyway, so I don't know. Just wasn't for me, but life as a student back then, you did have a little bit extra freedom of money. You could just go buy as many cigarettes as you want.
Yeah, I suppose. Gary Dibley's in chat.
Do you want to say what? Oh, wait, your stuff hasn't arrived.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Dibley, I was hoping your package would be in my hands today, but no, I'll have to wait till tomorrow probably. Anyway, would you like to have a chat now about the Ash Wales survey thingamajig?
Yes,
Full screen you go.
Yes, their results of their young people and use of e-cigarettes report. More good news. It backs up that the gateway. The main part of it is essentially the gateway effect doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But there is other stuff that some people will find interesting. Just to get something out of the way, I've highlighted that Ash Wales deliberately distributed the surveys to the young people through schools, youth clubs, and other support agencies. They deliberately didn't put it out on social media. Mm-hmm. Quote, in an attempt to minimize contamination of results from e-cigarette proponents.
Okay.
I don't know how to take that, but yeah, people can form their own opinions, but it's targeted at youth, so if we say, oh, I'm 22, you'll be discarded anyway, as a respondent. And they got a total of 1,105 young people completing it, but the final number was 952 because of their rejections, not putting their age wrong, too young, over 18 and stuff like that. They went on about gender and age status to smoking, because they kind of have to do that, their action with smoking and health.
Yep.
Oh, something that I picked up was the e-cigarette awareness result, and they've said the most common source of e-cigarette awareness comes from friends and family. So I don't know. Well, that would be a good indication that if they're smoking, the friends and family realise e-cigarettes are a safer alternative and influencing them to go on them.
Okay. Just pointing out here, actually, Rob says in chat that he's glad that they did that. It avoids the ants claiming that we, as Big Vapor, and he's just scrolled up the screen now, did something shady.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want that.
No, we do not.
So, I think that's another plus. Personally. So, where's the... Yeah, here we go. Got a graph here. If we had screen sharing, I'd show it. But there was also a question relating to the reasons why they use e-cigarettes for the first time. And the number that qualified for this question was 301. And 37.2% said it was from their friends and family influencing them.
Okay.
Nearly 24% answered to help me stop smoking normal cigarettes.
Okay.
And almost 18% said to help me cut down the number of normal cigarettes I smoke. So that... But then there's something that really, really annoys me in these results, because 27% said because they're a novelty item.
Okay.
I used an e-cigarette first because it's a novelty item. What does that mean? Well, I know what a novelty item is.
Yeah.
But how would a novelty item be related to e-cigarettes and normal tobacco?
Well, I've heard it said before by established adults, not children, that they started vaping because they like gadgets, and they thought, oh, this is a fun gadget, I'll give it a go, and they ended up enjoying vaping. So maybe there's that aspect of it. Yeah,
you are getting a tech savvy couple of generations now.
Yeah, well,
all the smart.
Sort of.
All right, okay, maybe I'm overestimating there, but you get my point. It's a tech savvy youth.
Yeah.
So anything that's technology will grab their attention. But the point that friends and family influenced them to smoke, and they've also answered to help me stop smoking, or to cut down the cigarettes. That's the main results that we're after, because it's positive.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to cherry pick what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
But they could have flipped their answers on their head. On the head, going, family and friends are telling their children to take up vaping. Oh, this.
Yeah. You know, but it kind of stays in line with what we've been saying all along, is that people vape because they smoke. Not it's not the other way around. They don't smoke because they vape. Yeah? There are going to be one or two people that have never smoked that pick up an e-cigarette. It's going to happen. Yeah?
Yeah.
But you can never say for certain that if vaping didn't exist, they wouldn't have picked up a tobacco cigarette. There's no way of saying that, you know, that's not the case. So, you know, it's largely a positive piece, I would say.
And the main point they were trying to find out.
Oh, I think we might have lost. No.
You know, the gateway effect.
Sorry, you just broke up a bit there, Rhydian.
Alright. How am I doing?
Your picture's a bit choppy. And he's gone again. Okay, right. Yeah, he's gone. Shall we leave him sitting there frozen for a minute? Oh no, he's sort of back.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, my Skype connection's saying it's slow, so it's better than very slow.
Okay, well let's crack on. Let's crack on.
Right. The main thing they wanted to find out was, you know, does the gateway effect actually exist? Because a lot of Ash England and Robert West have said they don't. And the question the question was really into who heard of e-cigarettes? No, I'm reading it wrong again. Come on. Right. The answer was those who have never smoked a tobacco cigarette, never used an e-cigarette, or never smoked a normal cigarette and use e-cigs. That answer is using 864 answers. Nearly 90% said they don't use tobacco cigarette and never used an e-cig. But then it's completely the opposite if you smoke tobacco and use an e-cig, because the answers say 3/4 have said they use an e-cig when they smoke tobacco. So that backs up exactly what you said.
Yeah, okay.
I think my understanding anyway.
Yeah.
Right, and then the key question was, finally, when did you first start using tobacco cigarettes for the first time? This is the gateway question.
Okay.
And it's I can't even. That's it. So that one there means that they never smoked before trying an e-cig. So 97.6% said they never smoked before trying an e-cig, and then the remaining 2.4% said they started smoking after trying an e-cig.
Right, okay. So what they're saying in that graph then is they used to smoke and now have moved to e-cigs. Is that right?
No, they yes.
Right.
Sorry. I'm feeling so unprofessional.
That's fine. So they used to smoke and now have moved on to e-cigs. But the smaller graph there is they used to use e-cigs and now smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait, hang on. I am. Yeah. DD just said no. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way round. Yes, 97.6 went smoked first before e-cigs.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I'm just stressed that I'm keeping the monitor on my Skype in case it drops out.
That's all right. It's all right. It happens to us all.
Right. And they also went on to discuss like certain pitfalls and recommendations. Because schools was a major avenue of them getting the surveys to the young people, there was a potential of them actually filling them out in schools. So maybe the young people didn't answer as honestly as they wanted to, in case the schools they got into trouble with the schools.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way: when you're that age and you was also fill out a survey, how many did you fill out truthfully? Not many, I bet. I mean, you certainly get egged on by your mates, and you go, it'd be really funny if I put this down, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
it's like when you're doing the census and you put down Jedi.
Yeah,
kind of thing. They also made recommendations for future research.
Okay.
The use of e-cigarettes as a smoking cessation or harm reduction device by young people who are already smokers need to be explored more. This is essential if the sale of e-cigarettes to under 18s is banned, which was part of the Department of Health consultation in January. Not the Welsh one, but the England and Wales one. As there would be adverse consequences in banning a product that young people may actually use to help them stop smoking.
Yep, okay.
I like that thought, but with current e-cigarette guidelines, it's an under 18 ban, and most of the adult smokers would say that a sales ban to minors is a good thing. So yeah, that's what we say.
Well, there's
depending on your point of view.
Yeah, there's a certain thing. I mean, there's a point of view that will say that if they can hand out nicotine patches because kids are already smoking at the age of 11, then why can't they let them have an
e-cig? For 12 and up, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you know. But I think really that realistically speaking, realistically speaking, we kind of have to expect there to be a ban on sales to under 18s. You know, there's something that's going to have to happen really. But there we go.
Yeah, it's that thought from Ash Wales came. You know, it seems a surprise that they're thinking that a sale ban to under 18s would not be a harm reduction avenue.
No. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're proposing to make it available to under 18s if there's a use case for it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little bit vague.
Yeah.
So I might actually email them off to actually see what they really. You can imply something from that, and I'm thinking that they're going, oh, there shouldn't be a minor sale ban because minors do smoke. And we want them to get off tobacco because tobacco's bad. You know? So, overall, it's a good thing. It proves it proves that the gateway isn't really there. How do I put it? Which amalgamates, if that's the right word, for Ash England, the smokers toolkits, and all that.
Okay.
So, I don't have really much more to say about it. I've got to digest it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've got to be honest, I've not really had the time myself to really sit and read it at length. You know, I certainly shall. But I've been busy for the last couple of weeks, you know. So, but I think anyway, we might as well wrap up now. I think by and large we've had some fairly positive news on today's papers there. You know, things are going our sort of way, you know. People are seeing sense. Whether the people that are not seeing sense are actually reading any sense is nothing entirely.
Or writing any sense.
Anyway, yeah, so as you saw earlier, a bit of VT, which I played in early because Rhydian's Skype dropping out, and we might have to explore other avenues to get Rhydian on the show, but we'll worry about that another time. Yeah, the Typhoon tank. And I saw B in chat earlier saying she much prefers her Stratos. Horses for courses. I prefer this though because it can do this. I can't do that for Stratos. But anyway, I did actually get this from a shop that B works for. So if you want to know where they get them from, chat to B. She'll sort you out, I'm sure. Happy birthday, B.
Oh yeah, it's a birthday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's her birthday, yeah. Anyway, so tomorrow night then, we have, as always, the Mr. Dawn with the Mr. Herbert and his infamous top pocket. That is assuming that Dave's voice holds up. He did sound a bit better earlier when I spoke to him, so fingers crossed. There we go. Then back round to Monday where we got Drips and Tips with Davey and Andy. Tuesday with, as always, Vapor Scene with Mark and Gary. And Gary, once again, I really am looking forward to getting your package in my hands.
Giggity.
No, there's no giggity. He's my raffle winnings.
Ah, right.
You got
okay.
a filthy
There's
mind,
context.
young man. You have a filthy mind. And then back round to us two clowns on next Wednesday.
Well, definitely one clown.
Ah, you'll be all right, Rid. You'll be fine. Unless you're doing the show solo, and it's
No chance.
no, come
Don't have-
on. Give
Don't
me a
have
break.
Wirecast?
You don't need that. You just do a hangout.
Yeah, I could. I could. No.
No. Ah,
Not yet, anyway.
not yet. One day. I might need a break one day. Mind you, I've not been on holiday since 1998, so it's not likely I'm going to go on one this year either. No.
I'm going on holiday this year.
Oh yeah, you got a honeymoon coming up, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where did you say your wedding was again?
When?
No, where and when? Time, date, place.
No, you're not having a mass vape meet at the reception like Simon suggested. But if you do want a massive vape meet, you can come join me in New York.
In New York?
In September.
I've been to the States, I've never been to New York. I went to Texas, but there we go.
I'm more worried about seeing if I can actually take my stuff over there
Yeah, you'll be
and
alright.
use it.
You'll be alright. I wouldn't take anything particularly valuable, just in case.
Oh, I'll go without then. I value all my stuff.
Fair enough. Oh, blimey, is that the time? Right. Yeah, we better say cheerio. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Now, don't forget to form an orderly queue and go for the road to RI4, where they'll be starting to broadcast any moment now. Probably winding up as we speak. So, okay. So we'll see you next week. Ta-ta.
Cheerio.
And I should have had my finger on the button, shouldn't I? Which one do I want? I want number 8. Number 8. See you next week.
Joytech UK are proud sponsors of vapetrails.tv.